Here's the next one.
We can't give up the investigation now.
Can anyone hear me? I have a message. The searchlights aren't wired correctly. If this isn't dealt with immediately, it could lead to a horrible accident. I'm Abraham. I used to be the technician in charge. Unfortunately, I disappeared before I could teach anyone how to do what I do. The current guy in charge isn't doing things by the book. Someone needs to tell him about his mistake. So, we need to tell his successor how to wire things up correctly. Find the technician. Alright, this won't be too long, but I'll cut to where it is as well. Don't need to see me run back the same passageway 8 times. Alright. Let's kill some monsters. I don't think I've actually showed you these guys. Imps, they're not much. Just explode them. And we picked one up. Awesome. Time to grab ourselves a chocobo. Alright. More of this. So it said that I needed to have at least 2. I picked up 20.
About the searchlights, then ask away. I'm your man. What? Someone told you there's a problem with the way I do things around here? Who told you that? Whoever it was is a lying son of a gun!
Who should we say told us about the searchlight issues? The manual?
You're accusing me of not following the procedures? Oh, right then, prove it. Show me which page that tells me I'm doing it wrong. Just like I thought. You don't know, do you? You don't even have a copy of the manual, so how could you?
Boy, that guy really thinks he knows everything. It's gonna be hard to convince him otherwise.
I'm sure he's read the manual before. He probably just got a few things mixed up.
Yeah, I think you're right. Let's go find that manual and set him straight once and for all.
Oh, right. We need to go find the manual, so I need to go figure out where it is. Just a minute. Right, yeah. I was supposed to do something back up here first. And since everyone seems to love this Metal Chocobo song so very much, I shall play it for you guys and never let you hear any other music in this place where there's so much beautiful music, and instead we shall have this so-called joke track. Alright, that's enough. There's a thing over here someplace. Mog, where is it? Yep, there it is, Mog. So, do your thing, and, we'll see the box here. And guess what's inside? A manual. Right, so... let's go back to exactly where we were and do this all over again, since I only wasted, like, 10 Geisel greens on that. This time we'll get off of the Chocobo before we talk to the guy.
What? You have some kind of problem with me, do you?
The manual.
Ah, so I see you finally got your hands on a manual. Mind if I take a look at it? What in the... I thought my method was 100% by the book. This makes sense. With the way I currently have things set up, if there's a problem with one of the lights, it can cause all of the other lights to switch off, too. It looks like I need to make a few changes. If I'd continued to do things my way, it would have led to an awful accident. I guess I owe you a big thanks for pointing it out. A lot of what's in this manual is highly technical stuff. Did you figure it out on your own, or did you have someone explain it to you? If it's the latter, tell them I said thanks.
Yeah, you know what? I know how to read an electrician's manual. And most good electricians would know better not to wire things up like Christmas tree lights. Idiot. Okay. There's something over here that I want, and I don't know exactly where it is. And it's not behind door number frog. But let's find them anyways. They are Tuner Petons. Tuner Petons. Okay. They are commandos if you capture them. But there's like only a 10% rate of capturing them, so I don't know. I don't really care if I do or not. I've got enough commandos. I have noticed this game has an abundance of commandos. Perhaps too many of them. There's supposed to be a box around here someplace. There we are. These things are actually really hard to see. Crap. Anyways, there's abundance of commandos and not nearly enough, say, sentinels. Which I find kind of odd. Terrorist mark. I mean, it makes sense. Everyone wants the commandos because they're all kind of cool and everything. But sentinels and medics are kind of useful too. And the only good medics that I've found are basically Sarah. And I'm gonna run out of time on this one, aren't I? Setting active paradigm to Crystarium. Active paradigm to aggression wide. So yeah, as is normal I guess now, trying to get lightning took me like 30 tries, which is way too many in my opinion for a DLC. It should be almost automatic, or at least a 50-50 chance, not like a 10% chance. And in order to actually capture her, I had to find and equip a, what is it? Fragment skill. And the fragment skill, it basically increases the chance of capturing a monster, which is really, really useful. But I shouldn't have to use that in order to get a DLC monster. Especially when it's Lightning, who I've wanted in my party ever since I first saw her. And the problem is, by the time that I get her and go a little bit further, I'm going to find a monster that's more useful than her. Actually, I don't know if that's possible or not. There are commandos that are, but I don't know about Ravagers. I see my message was delivered. Now I can rest in peace. Without a doubt, the current engineer is extremely skilled. He's just a little stubborn. Well, I suppose there's nothing else for me to do here. Thanks again for all your help. Extremely skilled. Seriously? The guy wired the thing up like Christmas tree lights. You don't do that. Alright, there's another orb someplace. I'm not sure where it is. It's probably right up here by Chocolina, but in case it's not, I'm going to cut to it. And it's not. See you in a minute. Here's the last orb. My name's Anaud. I was a security officer out here investigating the disappearance of the Academy folk. People think they were accidentally swept away by the paradox, but we have a theory that their disappearance was intentional. The Academy constantly receives threats from terrorist organizations. If they're behind this too, I'm sure there's proof somewhere. Will you search the area for some sort of evidence? So we have to find that terrorist mark that I just picked up. Did you find that emblem around here? That's a sanctum symbol drawn with blood. It's a signature of extremists from the days of the fal'Cie. I'm sure they wanted to take down the Academy. The team that disappeared was investigating the time distortion that occurred here many years ago. The Seeress used her powers to seal the disturbance, but now no one out there ever will know the truth. I pray nothing like that will ever happen again. And I can't speak today.
How did the Seeress of Padra seal the paradox? Did she interfere with the timeline?
As far as I know, Farseers generally avoid tampering with time. But if that's what she did, she must have been dealing with something much worse than anything we've ever seen before.
The distortion that emerged in the city started to spread like a plague, Kupo. If it wasn't stopped, it would have swallowed the whole realm, Kupo.
I see. So that was the only option left for her to make sure the entire city wasn't destroyed.
That's interesting.
To this day,
Like-
I haven't missed a second of training.
Like what Noel said, Seeresses normally don't screw with the timeline, so it's kind of interesting that they broke their oath and did. That's the gate seal for this area. I guess semi-useful. So
Can't give up the investigation now.
they said that there was a thing, one of those rifts up here ahead. So I'll just cut to when I find it again. Well, there's something. And there's something else. Those enemies always seem to show up right when I'm about to hit A. I don't know why.
This rift is part of the paradox that was sealed by the Seeress, Kupo.
No, the ancient seal has been broken? No, we have to stop this before someone gets hurt.
I hear ya. Let's go!
I just read in my book, and I quote, "With each clock randomized and timers running throughout, this challenge can be a real baptism of fire." You know it's great when the guidebook says you're gonna hate it. Anyways, this one doesn't look too bad, so for this one, I'm not gonna do too much. Do this. This one looks pretty easy. But for when I fail, which is inevitable, I shall cut until I actually defeat it. But lucky for us, these ones are kind of short. See if I can figure some of these out. 1, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. 3 goes to 2 to 3 to 2. Let's try. Nope. Oh, it's random. Okay. That one wasn't bad, but I almost messed it up. I almost went to the wrong one first. I'll also point out that they get larger each time, which is not useful, not helpful at all. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days when I thought it'd never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I never thought I'd see you again. Oh, crap. I think I might have this one. I think I have this one. Yes! Yes! Finally! Finally! Oh, there's a whole nother one. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could spend an hour trying to figure each one of these out. But it's just so much work, you know? I mean, I can do it, but I don't want to. I want to beat these things. Ha 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 ha, frig. Look at this, look at this. All but one. I mean, I know how logic works, because I'm not that bad at math. I just... There's a lot of stuff going on at once here. And with that much stuff going on, I'm kind of just betting on random chance that I'll eventually win like this one. You know, random chance takes less time than actually figuring one out. That's not how a game should be played. Ah. Ah. Ah.
We stepped into the rift and solved the paradox. It was the same paradox, the same ancient threat that Yule had banished into the void beyond so long ago. The Seeress distorted the timeline to save the entire city. But I have to wonder, what went through her mind as she performed such an act? Did she know how her intervention would change things? Did she look into the future? Was she able to see the consequences of what she did?
Oh, another one. Anyways, we'll cut to then.